This goes. I don't think that really rhymed, but it's close. We're working on it. Hello, hello, hello. I gotta stop sniffling into the mic because it picks up. But we are in a crazy ass world now when it comes to the NBA and the world of basketball as a whole. The time that I was making started the series is completely changed, and what makes it not necessarily worse, but weird, definitely, is there's going to be some players on some teams that in real life you didn't effing expect to get moved and traded. And yes, I'm referring to Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis, and to an extent, De'Aaron Fox. And hell, I hope we ain't done. I hope we get more and more things like that. So I'm trying to squeeze this in because I have a very busy week, and most likely the only videos on my channel this week outside of this are going to be trade reaction videos. And then when my schedule clears up, I can bring back the UFC series. We have Event 4 coming up. I'm probably going to do a shoot in the breeze talking about the trade deadline, mainly trade deadline stuff that I hadn't covered, and just overall thoughts on it, because I've made a video talking about the Luka and AD trade already. I've made a video talking about the De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine trade, and there's still more and more things that I have to think about with it as time goes on. But for the census of this series, it is an extremely weird world and way different than the one that you see in real life, which I guess, to be fair, was kind of going to be the case with anything. This is what kind of made me not like the Memphis Grizzlies series that we did last year. I like the outcome of us winning the championship, but it was just the key to that series was that it was completely different than what was going on in real life, because we had a healthy roster and a competitive roster, where in real life that was obviously not the case. So this is going to be, I'm not going to say a filler episode, a good filler episode. Let's put it that way. As we have on our city jerseys. Crazy week in the world in the NBA. And I still think that that level of craziness is going to continue and go up as I'm knocking my chair around trying to sit down. The main thing about this series is trying to build with Zion and build a competitive roster with Zion. That's kind of the main thing. But now that we are in a completely different world, it makes it a bit head scratching, and you don't really know how to think and what to think. I will admit that the Cavs do scare me on here because I feel that Mobley and Allen is probably the best tandem to guard Zion. So that's why I felt the need to go out and get Bam, but it does look like we handle things here. There's some stat lines. We're just going to filler episode is the best way to describe it. And if we get some good content out of it, that is fair. So I'm going to simcast the Sixers game because that was the headline of the last video. We had a comeback in the fourth quarter, send it to OT, and a crazy-ass overtime transpired. And we're kind of in a similar situation as the Sixers, so you're trying to win these games against teams that you're in a similar situation as. So does look like we're able to do that. We're going to simcast this Wizards game. Screw it. The main game I want to play is against that Pistons team because I want to give props to the Pistons this year. And I feel playing against them that I could do that. All right, so I ain't even going to slow it down. We're doing well. It's the Wizards. Surprised as hell they only have 6 wins on the year. Top team in the league, at least the West, OKC Thunder. And they got out to an early lead. And it looks like our win streak is going to come to an end. Closer game at the end. Blazers. Did we get anybody from the Blazers or anything involved with the Blazers? I don't think so. Ugh, crazy. I wonder. I don't think it matters that much, but if you see in the corner, there's Luka up there. I wonder if the NBA, or not the NBA, if they're going to go out of their way to, like, put him in a Lakers jersey when you start up my league. So I'm going to go look at the contracts, but I don't really think. Okay, I can't. I messed that up badly. I definitely hit no and didn't read it fully, so that's on me. I don't really think there's anybody to extend right now besides Zaire, which I just said I'm going to wait till free agency to do that. So I'm going to give them these jerseys, and we're going to go in our statement. Black jerseys. So now that I've had a full day to think about the Luka AD trade, I'm gonna like kind of say what I've already said. It's just so mind-boggling to like wrap your head around, and it will take a lot of time for that to be the case. It might not ever really be able to fully understand it. Essentially, what I said is Luka's like such a talent that is like already done so much for the franchise, and I don't even think he wanted to leave or was willing to leave or was going to leave. That if he did want to leave, I would have let him. I wouldn't have traded him. So that is kind of my initial thoughts. But now looking at it, and now that he got traded, I do think Anthony Davis was probably the best player that you could get. And if you listen to everything that look, I do have a very similar mindset to the GM. I ain't trying to get all these picks and keep the picks and build with the picks and draft. I'm not into that. I want to win now. So I respect that. But also, like I said, if that was the case, I probably still would have kept Luka. But everything I'm going to say is like kind of defending the Mavs GM. But at the end of the day, what he did, I'm not defending. I would have kept Luka. And if he wanted to leave, I would have let him. I do like AD being next to two very good centers, which for some reason the Lakers didn't. They heard him say that, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put you with some good centers. That being said, the Lakers desperately need a center, badly. Thinking about the Bulls trade, Fox, Kings trade, Spurs, I should have said Spurs, obviously. Thing one, Chicago, I'm hoping that you trade Vucevic. I'm very much hoping that you trade Vucevic. So that is thing one. Thing two, I thought I got that rebound. I like it for this. I don't really have a, it's going to be a case, I'm going to say this for almost everything ever. I'm going to have to see it on court before I really care that much about it, especially because the Spurs are in the play-in position right now. Granted, they could quickly get back, they're kind of in the play-in right now. But it's the West, and it literally changes every other day. Bro, I chose the wrong time to trade for. I can't really blame Bam for a lot of this because he's had good games for us. But when I use him on here, he does things like stands at the 3 line instead of cuts to the basket. There's Brogdon. What I'm trying to get at back to the Luka 8, I'm going all over the place, but that's just kind of the NBA where I don't even know where my phone is in case it goes off. I saw Brandon Ingram's name down there. Names that I'd like to see traded at the deadline. Brandon Ingram's up there. Nikola Vucevic, I'm going to say, is probably at the top. Jimmy Butler, the newest report said that He's not willing to sign an extension with the Warriors, and it's essentially same old shit with him. I'm over it. I think everybody else is over it. And the thing that sucks about it is that, like, if he doesn't get traded, we're just gonna have to deal with it back in like May and June now. Everybody's ready for it to be over with, and I feel bad for the Miami Heat because, again, it's not gonna be over. They're just gonna have to. It's gonna be. I don't. Blows my mind. It does blow my mind because he can want to go to Phoenix. That is understandable because they're the ones willing to give him his contract. And I've said it time and time again. Get your money. But if you say you want to win, you say you want to compete, you can say you want your money, you can say all that. It's difficult to do both nowadays. And you normally get your money after you've won and done something. Oh, yeah. And well, let's try to get out to that point. I don't know. If this extends to the offseason, I think it gets crazier and worse for both sides. Very much. And the main thing, this is what I was trying to get at with Phoenix. Like, what if Miami's like, okay, yes, we're willing to do this trade. And Bradley Beal says no. I don't want to go to Miami. We don't know what the hell Bradley Beal's thinking. We know what Jimmy's thinking. We don't really know what Bradley Beal's thinking. It's kind of half-ass and half-truth where you can say that about Jimmy's situation, but it's like, what if Bradley Beal's like, yeah, I don't want to be traded. Then we've already wasted our time on this situation enough. And this is why I'm kind of out of it and caring about the Grizzlies. Trade for Jimmy. If it happens, it happens. But it's just like, we could have had his ass a month ago now, maybe even longer, and instead we're waiting, putting it off, and making it worse and making it more head scratching. That's why I kind of over it. And again, a lot of this is just reports, not a lot of truth. All right, back to Bulls, Spurs, Kings. Main thing for the Bulls, this team's going to be very unwatchable, and I hope they do the right thing and trade Vucevic. It's going to be weird to see what they try to do next. And it was a good effort. It's very much, I don't really know a good comparison, as I do think that was a foul. They tried. They put together a very good team. And then it didn't work out, and they tried it more and more times, even though we kind of knew it wasn't going to work out. And the main reason it didn't work wasn't really on them because of the Lonzo injury is what really – it's very much when you build one of those towers with, like, sticks, and one stick moves and the whole tower knocks down. That's kind of how it works. And then you had the pieces, and you could have rebuilt it, and you could have, maybe the piece, like, snapped in half, and you just had to replace it. No, I need to use this one piece. But it didn't really work, and now you got to make a freaking house that's a lot smaller and not as, good value, and it'll be some time before you can get back to building the big house that you originally wanted. Okay. For the Kings, they've wanted LaVine before, and everybody joked, oh, they just reunited the Bulls because it's Zach and DeMar back together. And that should have won it. Sabonis has a lot of things, similarities to Vucevic. I do think he's a better Vucevic. I don't really like that they don't have a proper point guard, or at least a ready-to-compete now point guard, and would not mind seeing them trade Malik Monk to get a ready-now-compete point guard. They got ball handlers, and it could work. It's a big might. We have to wait and see there. Do we have an injury? Who's our backup power forward normally? I'm hoping this goes in. Okay. Because I didn't know we had D'Lo at point. I thought he was at shooting guard. for Sacramento, they've just been in such a weird situation, like almost my whole life, that it's you kind of numb and understand that they're back in a weird situation. Even when they were competing and good 2-3 years ago, it was kind of like it kind of felt a little bit like this already. I kind of hope they get a proper point guard. It's going to be people try to tell Halliburton back into this. I don't. I don't. And I already talked about it from the Bulls, from the Spurs. It's a nice foundation. It's a nice start, but it's going to be a wait and see. It's not. It would take a lot for this to not mean something and be bad and not cared about. I will say that if we don't talk about this, then something went wrong. But I don't really think that's going to be the case. So there's lots of different directions I could talk about things in this video, but I just mainly reiterated things that I've said in my last 2 videos because it's the most noteworthy things, and they're the actual things that have happened. And now, okay, that 2 D'Lo shots that should not have missed. It is. I'm probably gonna make the title of this video a whole new NBA, mainly due to the things that have happened. That it would be a little bit misleading because none of that happened on here. But like I said, that's kind of the case with any. If I did this series in any situation. That being said, though. Talking about shocking trades. I don't know how many. I think it'd be a little bit surprising if some players got traded, and there's obviously a lot of players that we could put in that Luka category you didn't expect. I think the 2 that is could happen would be Curry, and it's just essentially the Warriors saying we couldn't find anybody for you. We're gonna really worry about our future, and we want you to compete. We want you to compete, and we know that you want to compete, so we're going to trade you away. Even though that would suck and hurt because it does seem that Curry and maybe Jokic and Giannis are going to be the last, and John, Jaren, and Bane are going to be the last guys to stay with one team their whole career, because you wouldn't expect that with Luka. Wemby's up there. But you never freaking know. I think another one, and it's a guy that is on this team, and that's Zion, because his value is so low, and you don't know what freaking team would want him and take the risk and, take a chance on it. It will be an interesting testament. It's freaking Kelly Olynyk from deep, deep. That one bothered me. Who is our backups power forward normally? This is what also hurts about this series is when I delay it for so long I start forgetting stuff. Oh, we did trade for Cody Martin. I did already forget about that. Caleb Martin. Yes, I know. I called him Cody. They're twins. They're legitimately twins. So, like I said, I had a lot of stuff to do this week. Stuff that I don't really want to do, but got to do. I've been really struggling to get around these screens this game. Oh, Paul Reed revenge game, maybe? And so, the only videos I'm probably making this week will be trade deadline reaction, unless we get breaking news in any other sense, which I haven't really made a lot of wrestling breaking news related videos. I will say that. And then we'll be back this weekend ROH review, as always. UFC 4, which the AHS plays UFC 5 Event 4, which the main event is Tony Ferguson versus Dustin Poirier for the lightweight title, and our last first-round matchup in the heavyweight Grand Prix, which is Tom Aspinall versus Junior Dos Santos. And then I'm aiming to do that because we should have new challenges and a new punch card up. There we go. For the pay-per-view this weekend. And then Saturday, no, not that Saturday. And then Sunday, I plan on doing a Shooting the Breeze talk. It's kind of very much similar to this, where I'm talking about things that happened at the deadline and any other things, which I do realize that it's bad to do a video on Sunday because it's Super Bowl Sunday, but outside of the halftime show, I don't care about this year's Super Bowl. So oh my God, why couldn't that have gone in? So anything else? I could discuss a lot. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to talk about the Royal Rumble because so many fans are, in quotation, upset at the result, where I am and ain't. The thing is, Jey Uso won the Men's Royal Rumble. The thing I'll say is I feel and predicted that Jey Uso by the end of this year will be world champion. He deserves it. He's got a lot of momentum going on. He's got a lot of fanfare. And the moment that he has that world title and that crowning moment, the fans would go insane, which at WrestleMania is legitimately the biggest stage that they could do it. And I'm a Gunther fan. Gunther's one of my favorites. I expected him to lose the world title at Mania regardless. So giving it to a guy that provide a big moment is fine and dandy. Now, I'm not really the biggest fan that they literally just did that match not too long ago. So it's kind of, we're getting repeat matches, but it's understandable. So I will say the good thing about this is while we don't have thing one, I think that I have fixed this, but I want to double check. Oh, Cam Thomas might be hurt. Okay. Who the hell's wearing number 3? I'm not. It has to be Cam Thomas. No. Who the hell's wearing number 3 to wear CP can't? I don't know who. Why is he not wearing number 3? Weird. Maybe I did that. I don't think I did. And then Stefan Castle. Where is he at? So I could update him. I'm going to pick the first pair of shoes that I see. I hate that they have almost all. I'm going to close my eyes, whatever they're on when I open them. I don't know what brand he is. If he's not with Adidas and it's a big deal, I apologize. But I'm doing better than 2K that has him in 2K generics. Maybe they're trying to get their own brand over. I don't even know if they for real sell 2K generics. Regardless, I expected Jey Uso to be world champion by the end of this year. So, and it's going to be a big moment if and when it happens. Because, anything can change nowadays. Now, I will say, and this is going to be probably the head-ass take, I don't know what we're doing for the rest of the card. I will admit that. I imagine they're doing Jey Uso versus Gunther, so who the hell Cody's facing? Probably Cena. Cena's probably winning the chamber. I will say that. I don't really like the idea of a triple threat between Punk, Roman, and Seth. I like the idea of Roman versus either one of them one-on-one. And I was even putting over and talking about how I like the idea of Punk versus Roman, and it makes Seth so mad that it continues Seth and Punk after Mania with a more crazy and upset Seth. But then we get to the situation of what the hell does Seth do at Mania? Then I don't know. And the main thing that I'll say is I've said we have like 7-ish, 8-ish guys that you can, and even if we extend it to the women's division, 10-ish maybe, people that are main event worthy for Mania. And one of them always gets left out in what they could potentially do. Now, again, the route we're kind of looking at and going is that triple threat. I'm kind of over the triple threats at WrestleMania. Yes, they're always good matches, but it's just like storyline wise, is just God gets inserted just so they have a spot. I'm kind of over it, and it kind of takes away from like the initial one-on-one response that started it all. Okay, we ran him over. Bro, I have a hair in my nose, and it is bothering the hell out of me. I'm also I'm fully imagine Chris Paul either gets traded or has to come off the bench, which I think he'd be pissed if he has to come off the bench because he made a big deal about not wanting to come off the bench for Golden State last year. I don't really know where he could get traded. Oh, I was going to say him to Sacramento. But what does San Antonio? They literally just did the damn trade that they just did a trade. They could have got him if they wanted him. We'll see. There's Luka down there. That's what y'all traded away, Dallas. I don't. It's just also the GM really said, we want to win now." Insane. And this is a lot of people's like. There's got to be more of this that we don't know and won't know for a while. Maybe shout out McDaniels for that, mate. There's got to be more, you know. And I don't think that either side's championship ready now. And I just also feel that even if they win a championship, is it worth it? One championship, is it worth trading away a franchise guy? I don't think so. I'm trying to think. There's just it's insane. It really is, and we're literally a day removed from it. I'm gonna check Twitter, see if any other news is happening that I'm missing out on. We're gonna use this as the thumbnail because I've last week Zion was supposed to be in the thumbnail and then I changed it to the overtime. Get a good angle this. Which is literally just us going in the same direction. There. It's not the best thumbnail, but I did need to get a thumbnail design in it. Is there anything? I'm trying to think and wrap my mind around things that should happen. The main one's a Jimmy trade and a Vucevic trade. Okay, that sucks. Lakers probably need to get a center. See what direction the Sixers go. I don't know how you missed a shot that open. Ooh. Ant. I do think I don't think Ant is going to get traded at the deadline. I can see something maybe in the all. I don't think he's even going to trade the all. I think they're going to try to make one more last ditch effort to get somebody to help his ass out because Julius Randle obviously was not that, is not that. A Randle trade at the deadline, I would say is a bit interesting and possible, but I also don't know where his ass is going to go. Anybody is like, there's no rules anymore. Anything goes. It's very much anything goes. That's the mindset I'm operating to till Friday. Let's speed things up a bit. See how things get more interesting down the line. Probably shouldn't have sped things up because now look at us. I think they got blocked. It did. I need to give the ball to Brogdon and then give the ball to Bam. Don't know why Bam insists on running to the 3 line. We'll take it. One in. He's going to get one. He's got to get one in. He's got to get one in as well. We'll let him get more than one in. I also think, shout out to the Jordan brand. I deadass think that's the only advertisement in the game at the moment. Because I've not seen that board move once since yesterday. Bad shot. Could have got 3. Oh my God, this is so... Time out! Oh, never... I almost made a head-ass statement. Yesterday, during the midst of all the chaos, it kind of seems that everything else that happened in the NBA, because freaking Wizards beat the Wolves, I was like, Bam, the Heat played the Spurs, and Bam got the game winner. I'm like, am I so far behind? And then I came to the realization that Bam's not on the Heat on here. He's on the Nets. So I almost made a head-ass statement. We were going back and forth. Oh, that was a tough bucket. He could have got a lot easier one a lot earlier. But he does make that one. No way. Can't get our offensive rebound. We'll even one right there. I'm leaving Sohan open. See, kind of work. All right, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. That way, 2-for-1 opportunity. Even though nobody has any energy. So we do get the lead. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna wait this timeout out. We just had a lot happen. We also did trade for Kendrick Williams, and he's right in front of us. And we got a first out of that trade. It's the main reason we traded for him. As Luka has landed in LA. It's the only real news we have right now. The Mavericks have none of their picks from 27 to 30. I apologize. They have 27, but it is protected. Do we need to make any subs here? I'll leave. I think I'm gonna leave it. Oh! I think they're trying to get it to Bam, or not to Bam, to Wemby. This is not 2013. And I don't think us going to overtime with all these energies this is not a good idea. I don't even remember the last play. I think we got the ball, then passed it to Vasil. Our last game-winning shot. I hate that. I hate that. First of all, I did think Wemby was going to smack the hell out of us. Smack the ball. No way. Foul him! Foul him! Oh, my God. We're not in the bonus. Are you kidding me? First of all, Broad didn't... I'm going to have to look at his damn free throw percentage. MVP chance. Yeah, we're going to try to freaking pause glitch. I want to see some stats. First of all, he does have 38. I apologize. You deserve the damn chance. Brogdon. 4 turnovers. Only shot freaking 2 free throws. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to flip a coin. Heads, go for 3. Tails, go for 2. It's tails, so go for 2. We are taking McDaniels out, though. I think we're going to do something extremely ballsy here. And put Zion at small forward. That way he has a size advantage a little bit. We threw that ball too far. We threw the ball too far. Not good in clutch situations. That is 0-2. We've went in and been terrible in clutch situations. As it is extremely loud in my ear and potentially in y'all's. If that's the case, I'm sorry. All right, we got done up. The revenge game, 100%. That probably should have been the thumbnail. In these other games, interest us. I think we're going to sim to this Celtics game and then... Okay, that's not good. That is expected. We ain't gonna have his ass in the damn playoffs. That is like the goal, is to get Zion in the playoffs and see how he does in the playoffs. We ain't even want to get to that damn point. All right, we're gonna try something and know that it won't work. Where's Paul Reed? Caleb Martin. They recommended me giving him more minutes. So he can get 20. Got 5 more minutes to give. Zaire, we'll give it to you. Even though it is recommended we don't give you that many. As we do have the Lakers and Cavs. We did beat the Cavs. Was on, I'm pretty sure was there. Loss, win. Probably need to make another signing. Since everybody wants to get hurt. Wait, we don't have the tired signs anymore. We got the freaking hurt signs. We got a big... I want to see these stats. We got to see these stats. Bro, 16... Bro, those are good defensive stats here. Maybe We're getting somewhere. What did Vucevic have? Vucevic didn't even play. I guess that kind of explains a lot more. I keep hitting the wrong thing. Bam, 13-13. Nas Reed. Maybe we got something there. Okay, we did need to win that. All right. Looking at standings, because we are right now in the play-in. See, we're in a play-in game. I guess none other than the Miami Heat. The Sixers and Bulls are right on our cheeks. So Milwaukee's here. Or Milwaukee Orlando would be a good play-in game, but who here is like, I guess the Hawks maybe. The West. Don't like the Grizzlies are that far down. So we'll come back here next episode and finish out the regular season. We're probably going to definitely play teams that are close to us in the play-in situation, and we will also play against the Pelicans in a Zion revenge game, because I don't... If we've played them already, that's on me, but I don't think... I'm going to go to the top and look. All right, we already played them before. So the Zion revenge game definitely is on the calendar, and close play-in games. We'll probably start off with the Celtics. So that's it for this one. I just wanted to get this episode out because I got a busy schedule going on. Like I said, kind of a filler episode, but it's in between crazy stuff happening and even crazier stuff happening. So we'll see what happens next. I do appreciate y'all for watching it. I'll see y'all down the line. Stay safe, take care, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you when I see you.